He said what?
You Kardashians, absolutely put the bill to Parliament now. Just strip them.
Well,
Just strip them of their titles. I'm done. I'm done.
Meghan doesn't really care what the British audience thinks of it, but her title and everything she has right now comes from Britain. Pretty much a talentless grifter.
But it's hardly a secret that the palace has already conducted secret meetings with members of the government to discuss putting the plan into action.
What if I told you that Meghan Markle's biggest fear is finally coming true right in front of her eyes? Reports are spreading everywhere that King Charles, along with the House of Lords, is now working on petitions that could take away her royal titles.
Growing calls to strip Harry and Meghan of their royal titles. The New York Post is reporting that locals in the UK say enough is enough.
And the Duchess of Drama is said to be falling apart. Yes, the same woman who spent years making money off her link to the very royal family she spoke badly about could now end up losing the only thing that first gave her worldwide attention, those shiny titles.
Don't call another human being Your Highness.
And let's be honest, without the title Duchess of Sussex written beside her name, Meghan is simply another Hollywood dropout who married into royalty, caused trouble, and kept trying to act like a victim over and over again.
Has always been a mad, keen player of the victim card.
Harry and Meghan take their audience for fools. They blame everybody but themselves.
The irony is clear. She created her whole image by criticizing the royal family, yet she still holds on to their name like it is her only way to survive. Now, with Charles quietly showing support and William getting ready to cut things off the moment he becomes king, Meghan's fancy image is falling apart quickly.
According to a source, here's the quote, Prince William plans to flex his muscles and wipe his wayward brother Prince Harry and his power-hungry wife Meghan from the history books, it says.
The House of Lords petitions might not have real legal power, but the noise around them is impossible to ignore. And for Meghan, how people see her means everything. Because if the world starts calling her just plain old Meghan Markle again, that is not just a small step down. It is the complete destruction of the brand she has been holding on to so desperately.
Just wait until Prince William is king. Meghan Markle is going to be humbled very quickly.
But believe me, this breakdown is only the start. The whispers began quietly. It was just an online petition hidden deep inside political forums, asking for Meghan Markle to lose her titles. Nobody thought it would make a difference. Yet it spread like wildfire through royal gossip pages, Twitter posts, and YouTube commentary channels.
Do a report, Prince William plans on stripping both Harry and Meghan of their HRH title.
All of a sudden, hashtags like "strip Meghan of her titles" were trending, pushed by millions who were sick of her non-stop complaints and Hollywood-style victim stories. The petition was mostly symbolic. Of course, it does not have the power of law, but that did not matter because what Meghan fears most is how people see her. Every share, every click, every viral video made the story feel more real, and the headlines almost wrote themselves. The public was demanding Meghan's titles be taken away.
You gave up any royal duty, but wanted to have your royal cake and eat it by keeping your titles so you could exploit them and make gazillions of dollars in America.
The House of Lords got pulled into the chaos with talk that members of Parliament were quietly discussing how the monarchy could no longer afford to carry Meghan's endless scandals. For Meghan, this was not just small talk. It felt like an online mob ripping apart the last piece of her royal image. And instead of calming down, the rumors only grew louder, making her look like a burden to the crown and a joke to the public. The more people pushed those petitions, the weaker her hold on those titles appeared, and the internet smelled blood. But what Meghan never expected was how fast the storm would grow into something much darker.
The understanding is that when he becomes monarch, they will be formally stripped of the HRH.
And I'm sure Prince William has a lot of support for that from the public.
When you clear away all the noise, here is the plain truth. There is no official record of King Charles walking into Parliament to demand Meghan's titles be taken away. The House of Lords is not holding emergency meetings to wipe Duchess of Sussex from the history books. That part is just fiction. But here is the twist. The fiction has now become stronger than the facts. And Meghan has only herself to blame. Because after years of acting like a victim while still making money from her ties to the crown, the world is quick to believe any headline that shows her trapped, panicking, and losing control. The gossip industry knows this, which is why they keep putting out stories that make it sound like Meghan's downfall is just one royal decision away.
Queen of pretending to be Princess Diana, of the fake Duchess at Disneyland.
Slay the dragon, save the princess.
It does not matter that the House of Lords petitions have no real power. What matters is that people want to believe Meghan's time as Duchess is circling the drain. And every time she shows up with a Netflix deal, a podcast complaint, or a perfectly timed sob story, the fiction starts to feel like reality for the public. She is stuck in her own PR mess, where what people think is stronger than actual proof. And if the line between truth and rumor keeps getting blurred, Meghan could end up destroyed, not by royal law, but by public opinion itself. Forget about the petitions for a moment, because Meghan's real nightmare is not a hashtag, it is Prince William. Reports say he is ready to cut off the HRH title the moment he takes the throne. And unlike the noise online, that move would be very real.
HRH is only given to working royals and senior because it denotes a level of respect in the public.
The Sandringham Agreement had already banned Meghan and Harry from using HRH after they walked away from royal duties. Yet Meghan still could not resist slipping it onto branded gift baskets, products, and even her signatures.
Compliments of HRH, which is Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex.
As if she were holding on to a crown she openly disrespected. That is the kind of arrogance that has royal insiders furious, seeing her use a title she had already agreed to give up just to add more sparkle to her struggling brand. William, unlike his father, does not act like the gentle diplomat. He has already been seen as the strict enforcer inside palace circles. And when his time comes, Meghan's royal safety net will disappear. No Her Royal Highness, no royal seal, no way to sell herself as anything more than a reality TV-level celebrity who married into fame. And Meghan knows it. That is why the rumors about the petitions hurt so much. They remind her that the real person standing between her and her relevance is not Charles, it is William, and he has no intention of protecting her.
Diminishing of the reputation of the royal family and the monarchy, and simultaneously make millions from fleecing their royal titles.
Take away all the glitter, and Meghan Markle's titles are the only thing keeping her from complete irrelevance. Without Duchess of Sussex written on every article, podcast, and Netflix pitch, she is just Meghan Markle, a mid-level actress with a forgettable career and a talent for drama. The titles give her a kind of respect she could never build on her own. They are her shortcut into rooms she would never be allowed into otherwise. They are the shiny cover that turns her from a failed TV actress into a global figure. That is why she clings to them like they are her air supply. Every brand deal, every red carpet invite, every headline she manages to grab depends on those two words, Duchess Meghan. Take them away, and suddenly she's revealed for what she truly is.
My name is Meghan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
Just another celebrity chasing after relevance. Just another Hollywood figure trying to stretch 15 minutes of fame into a whole career. And that is what scares her. Because Meghan built her entire empire on the illusion of royal prestige, while at the same time tearing down the very institution that gave it to her. It is hypocrisy, covered in entitlement, and the public sees it clearly. Losing those titles would not only hurt her pride, it would bring down the empire she has been trying to build piece by shaky piece. And the harshest part is that nobody inside the palace seems ready to stop that collapse from happening. Behind palace walls, silence is not weakness, it is strategy. While Meghan rushes to control the story with interviews, leaks, and perfectly staged photos, the royal family is quietly playing the long game.
Specifically, her social media gets a significant amount more views than the Prince and Princess of Wales. I think it's almost shameless, and it's more about clickbait and generating her own headlines.
King Charles may put on a polite smile in public, but insiders know he is focused on protecting the monarchy's image. And Meghan's never-ending controversies are nothing but heavy baggage. Every time she speaks out, the institution takes another blow. And every time she tries to market herself as royalty, the palace pulls its grip tighter. But Charles is careful. He prefers quiet pressure over a public showdown. The one everyone is watching is William, cold, calculated, and already preparing for the throne. William does not see Meghan as family. He sees her as a risk. For him, cutting her off is not about emotions. It is about survival. The monarchy has survived abdications, scandals, and divorces. But Meghan's nonstop circus is something else. It is a parasite, draining away credibility.
Not ruined Harry.
Hey, it's the husband formerly known as Prince. Any luck getting a job?
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband.
So while Meghan stresses over petitions and rumors, the real threat is the quiet talks happening inside Golden Palace rooms. Talks about protecting the crown by wiping out her influence completely. She is not part of those talks. She never will be. And that is the harshest truth. While she shouts for attention, the royals simply wait for the right moment to end her relevance with one clean strike. If there is one thing Meghan has perfected, it is fueling the same media machine she claims to hate. The tabloids and gossip channels do not need facts. When Meghan keeps serving up endless drama, they can spin it into viral gold.
How hard I tried, no matter how good I was, no matter what I did, they were still going to find a way to destroy me.
A single rumor about petitions or royal punishments quickly turns into a headline splashed across screens worldwide because Meghan guarantees clicks. Whether people tune in to laugh at her, mock her, or celebrate her downfall, YouTube channels explode by picking apart her every move. Facebook videos gain millions of views, mocking her royal breakdown, and tabloids make money by portraying her as the desperate Duchess holding on to fading glory. And here is the painful truth. Meghan cannot fight back. Every time she tries to correct the story, she only gives the media fresh material for another news cycle. The harder she pushes back, the worse she looks. Nervous, desperate, and out of control. But this has been Meghan Markle's pattern from the very start. She wants all the benefits that come with a royal title, but none of the duties. She wants the crown, but not the service. For the press, Meghan is the perfect gift that never stops delivering. A headline machine, constantly feeding them scandal after scandal. And while she may see herself as the victim of lies, the public only sees entertainment. Her name is no longer connected to respect. It is tied to chaos, and the media has no reason to stop using her because every meltdown pays their bills. Behind the carefully staged photos and polished smiles, Meghan's world seems to be crumbling under the weight. Each headline about her losing her titles reportedly throws her into panic mode, pacing halls, firing off angry calls, and demanding damage control from PR teams that can no longer keep up with the storm.
This has been Meghan Markle's MO from the beginning. She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibility. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara. She doesn't want the public service.
For someone who once bragged about changing the royal rules, she now looks like a trapped actress watching her final role slip away. And poor Harry, caught in the middle, torn between protecting Meghan's pride and facing the hard truth that his family has reached their limit. Insiders whisper about loud arguments, late-night planning, and Meghan twisting every rumor into a personal attack, as if the whole monarchy wakes up each morning plotting against her. The reality is, the palace does not even need to act. Her own paranoia is tearing her down. Instead of showing strength, Meghan shows desperation, and the public loves watching it. The more unstable she appears, the easier it is to believe the story that she is losing everything. She hated living in Britain. She hated being a royal. What should have been quiet dignity has turned into a storm of panic that makes her look fragile, unstable, and completely out of her depth. And if this spiral keeps going, Meghan will not need petitions or royal orders to ruin her image. She will do it to herself. Step back from the noise, and Meghan's story is not only about titles. It is about legacy, power, and survival. The monarchy has faced scandals before, but Meghan's endless drama has become the perfect symbol of everything the royals fear. Modern scandal packaged for the masses. To the public, she's not a duchess. They see her as a reality TV villain, a self-made rebel who thought she could outsmart centuries of tradition with staged interviews and teary sound bites. Instead, she has made herself the weakest link in the royal chain, and the crown knows it.
Wanting to exploit their royal titles, I think it stinks. And I think what King Charles should do, he should just strip them of the titles.
William's future as king will depend on showing he can protect the monarchy from those who damage its reputation, and Meghan is the prime example. Taking away her titles would not only strip her of a false sense of power, it would also send a warning to anyone else who thinks they can use the crown for clicks and money. That is the bigger picture. Meghan is no longer treated like family. She is a cautionary tale, a headline, a meme, a scandal for others to learn from. Her titles are hanging by a single thread, and when that thread finally breaks, Meghan will not just lose her Duchess title, she will lose the illusion that she ever truly mattered. And once that happens, the royal story will move forward without her. So here is where things stand. Meghan Markle's royal dream is hanging by a thread, and every rumor, every petition, every quiet whisper in the palace halls only pulls that thread tighter.
Hated being in Britain. She hated being a royal.
The House of Lords petitions may not have real legal power, but the noise they create reveals Meghan's greatest fear, that her titles are not permanent, her influence is borrowed, and her entire brand will collapse the moment the royals decide they are done with her. King Charles may stay quiet and cautious, but William is sharpening the blade, ready to cut her off the instant he takes the throne, and Meghan knows it. Every frantic PR move, every carefully staged sob story shows the desperation of a woman watching the sand slip through the hourglass. The monarchy has survived wars, abdications, and betrayals, but Meghan's mark will only be a warning story about how quickly royal glamour disappears when arrogance and hypocrisy take control. And if you think this scandal was explosive, just wait until her own family turns against her, because Meghan is not only fighting the crown, she is battling her past as well. For the shocking truth behind that breakdown, do not miss our last video only on Section Star Spotlight.